Hello and welcome to Ysgol Harri Tudur Science Department Physics Demonstrations. Now in the previous video you've seen the Geiger-Müller tube, and we know that it counts radiation, and each blip and each count is a detection of radiation in the detector there. We've also looked at background radiation, and now what we're going to do is we're going to look at something that is actually radioactive, and it's a sample of radium-226. It's contained in this little aluminium block, so it's safe for me to handle it, and it's sending out a beam of radiation towards the detector. Alright, as I move it closer, you'll notice that the count rate increases, and if I keep going it actually gets too much for this simple detector to actually detect. Okay, so I'm going to move it all the way back again. Okay, now you remember that I said that it sends out alpha, beta and gamma. We're just going to look at the alpha particles to start with, and hopefully in lesson you've talked about what will absorb alpha particles. Remember, the alpha particle is the big beast. It's the really big one. Yeah, it's two protons, two neutrons. It's the core of a helium atom. Alright, now I'm going to put in front of the detector some paper, and hopefully we'll see an effect. But to start with we need to measure the radiation as is. So I am going to press the reset and the start together, and we're going to count or find out how many counts there are in 1 minute. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. Clock's running, counter's running. Now it's certainly more than background radiation. And we should really remember that the detector is also detecting the radiation from the background as well. So we maybe should do something about that. But to make it easier for today, we'll ignore the background radiation, and we're just going to compare with paper and without paper. The background radiation will be present in both experiments. So where are we up to? So that's 30 minutes. We're already up to 27. So that's a lot more than we had from background radiation. If I come around, I'll count it down so that we can get exactly the number of counts in a minute. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 55. So that was 55 counts in a minute. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some paper, several sheets of paper, in front of the detector. Oops. Oh. Alright, I'm going to press the reset and the clock again, and we're going to repeat that. Oh, I'll have to reset it, won't I? Reset the clock. So I'll start the clock and reset at the same time. 3, 2, 1, go. And we'll leave that run for a minute, and we should hopefully be able to compare with and without the paper. I don't know about you, but it feels like it's not clicking quite as much. And we're halfway through-ish. And that's 20, so that's less so far, but it's a bit random, isn't it? So we'll have to let it run for the whole minute. And again, I'll count down so we can see exactly what the clock says. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I made that 48, but we can always watch the video to actually make sure that that's right. So it would appear that we have got less counts now. Why? Well, because some of the particles leaving here are alpha particles. There's beta and gamma as well. The alpha particles reach the paper, and because they're so large, they're actually stopped by the paper. So the alpha particle, although it's big and mean, it's actually quite easy to stop.